There have been a lot of great games between Georgia and Auburn over the years, from the Miracle on the Plains.
We pick up the blitz, and Bobo throws that thing in the end zone, and yes! Touchdown! Touchdown in the goal line!
To the prayer at Jordan Hare.
Let's it go!
Today we will be taking a look at another classic from the Deep South's oldest rivalry, turning the clock back to 2002 for one of the most important games in series history. It's important to understand the state of these programs at the time. It had been quite a while since either team had won an SEC title. For Georgia, you had to go back 20 years to the days of Herschel Walker for their last SEC championship. In fact, Georgia hadn't even won a division title over that period, as they always seemed to lose the most important games down the stretch. Auburn's last SEC title had come 13 years prior in 1989. The Tigers had much more success than Georgia in recent years, but they had consistently blown opportunities to win another championship. In 1993, the team would go undefeated and finish 11-0, but was actively serving a 2-year postseason ban for multiple recruiting and institutional violations. In 1997, Auburn would play in the SEC championship game, but would lose a heartbreaker to the Peyton Manning-led Volunteers. They would get there again in 2000, but would get crushed by the Florida Gators. Both of these fan bases were desperate to get over the hump and bring a championship back home, and both teams had a chance to do that in 2002. They would face off in a pivotal Week 12 matchup, with the fate of the entire conference hanging in the balance. 2002 was a very volatile year in the SEC West Division, as usual top dog Alabama was put on probation by the NCAA for multiple recruiting violations. This meant the Crimson Tide was banned from postseason play and could not represent the West in the SEC championship game. Here's what the standings looked like entering this game. Auburn sat at number 2, having beaten LSU but having lost to Arkansas. Arkansas and LSU were also scheduled to play each other in the final week of the season, which put the Tigers in a bit of a crunch. Auburn essentially needed to win their next 2 games to have a chance at the division title, as a loss would put them too far away from LSU, while at the same time giving Arkansas a chance to jump all the way up the table. Things were much simpler in the SEC East Division. Georgia sat atop the table at 6-1, with their one loss coming against Florida. This meant that the Bulldogs controlled their own destiny and would win the East with a win against Auburn. However, a loss coupled with a Florida win later that day would knock Georgia out of the SEC championship game. Fortunately for the neutral fan, a game with this much riding on it would more than live up to the hype.
They put a receiver in motion. Ronnie Brown, the running back, is a lone back. Back to throw. Campbell, we're coming on him. And we intercept the pass down on the 10-yard line. Sean Jones, the 35, the 40, the 45, the 50. He cuts the 45, the 40. He cuts again. One man got him. He fumbled after the play, and then both of our guys are on it on the 33. Jason Campbell had to get him. A pass not thrown true at all down around our 10. David Green went back and then comes back up underneath again. David Green, they blitz him and they knock him down about 8 yards behind the line. Second and long. Green going to give it to Musa. Needs a block. Couldn't get it. A guy from behind hooked around his neck. Pulled him down on the 27. We have bogged down right here. After a big play on defense, saved us on that first drive. To his offensive line on a long count. Third down. Takes the snap. Throws out in that left flat. We dropped the ball. Jordan and Kilgo on Billy Bennett. We're going to try from the 35. Try a 45-yarder. Auburn's got 9 men on the line, and one of them might jump. And Bennett sticks it up long and no good, off to the right. And that gives you very bad, nauseating feelings. When those things happen early, it means you got a tough time coming. Second down at about an inch. We're in a 5-man front. So they go to Ronnie Brown. He jumped up the middle. There he goes, 40-30, and running down the middle for a touchdown. Ronnie Brown just blew right up the middle. He's got that line fairly well loaded in the middle. Kilgo kicks. End over end, not very high, taken on the 29-yard line. Hood to the 35, to the 40, coming to the sideline, to the 50, to the 45. We don't get him till he's all the way down on our 38 or 9. He fumbled later. We got a man with the ball trying to run. And we may have the ball as he dropped that ball. Punched it out of the kick returner's arm, and Sean Jones picked it up. Green fakes, sprints out to the left with a blocker. Fires to the tight end. First down, Ben Watson down to about the 31. Bennett to try one again in the 40-odd yard range. Set it down. This kick is sailing up. The kick is good. That had 4 or 5 300-pounders, but maybe not quite that big. We're in virtually a 5-man line as Campbell gives fakes, rolls right, throws, and it is going to be, we fought a low ball down around our 42. I think we've got it on an interception. Sean Jones stole it from a receiver. On a low pass, Wallace, the receiver, turned around, and Sean Jones turned around and took it right off his shoe tops. Kilgo standing back in the 25. Got a snap, got a lazy-looking spiral coming back deep to the 19-yard line to Hood. And Hood in trouble. One man missed, another man missed, and we're chasing him across the field. We're still chasing him. He got a block to 45, the 50, the 45. Dogs defense moving around. Snap is high, but he's back retreating. Campbell got a wide open room. 20, 15, gonna run 10-5. We hit him just shy of the goal line. Goal to go. They're on our 2. They got 2 backs. They got the tight ends in close. Auburn late in the half. And he fakes, he rolls out and passes, touchdown. He threw it to the fullback over on the right side on a sprint out to his right.
Georgia needed to make some halftime adjustments as their offense couldn't do anything in the first half.
That first half is going to be painful to break down when the coaches look at that tape, however. The Dogs with only 63 yards of offense in that first half, 35 on the ground, 28 passing. Georgia 0 for 7 on third down conversions in that first half, and on first down they ended up with -8 total yards on first down on 10 plays. So it didn't go well for the Georgia offense.
First and 5 after the penalty. David Green going to hand to Musa, who comes driving for the first down, stumbling across the 45. David Green looking at it. Linebackers want to come in, so he's going to fake, throw over on the right, complete to Michael Johnson, and they knock him out around a 40, another first down. David Green, we're 11 points down. That's not a whole mountain. Shotgun. Green looks. Now he's going to run to the other side, 35-30, going to get himself a first down around the 27. We're only down 14-3. Stand-up shotgun. David Green takes it and dumps it right over the middle. It is complete. We hang on to it, though there's 2 men smothering him. Auburn's playing a 4-4. Snap to David Green, looking. Now he's going to Gibson. Complete. He hung on the 5-yard line with 3 men on him. Gibson up. They turned him around in the air. Robinson, Rose Green, Mark Brown. They turned him around. They hit him so hard, and Gibson caught it in a sitting position. Down to the 4. Need a touchdown. They're 11 points down. We're in that power situation, and Green himself snuck in there and got it. David Green went straight ahead on a sneak and got a touchdown from about 2 feet out. So he had just enough push in the middle, and David Green scored to cut it to 14-9, and now we are in a 5-point game. Straight into the teeth of the wind in modern-day stadiums. Kerouac hits it. Oh, very high and short. Auburn catches it up on their 27-yard line and break a man loose. Dancing up in the middle, up across the 45 or 6 before we can knock him down. Campbell's going to give it to Brown. He starts to bounce out and turns in, breaks 2-3 tackles. We finally get him on the 28. Pretty tough runner, I'll tell you that. He got himself 4.5 or so. Sean Jones had to make a tackle. Shotgun this time for Jason Campbell. Going to take it. Go to Ronnie Brown. Faked it and kept it. 15-10 to 5 and a touchdown. He faked it to Ronnie Brown, pulled it back, and ran straight ahead on a quarterback draw. And they got the touchdown back. Outs. Green underneath. Going to try to let somebody break. Musa outside to the 10, to the 15, to the 20. Musa down the far side. Pushed out of bounds. Green takes it. Comes back. Got time. Fires. Complete. Hanging on with it. Up around the 50 was Michael Johnson. Auburn's linebackers coming up in the gaps. Fake, and we're going to go down that right corner, and a leaping catch and out of bounds by Michael Johnson inside of their 5. Michael turned around and got up, and he hit him on the numbers on the 3, where he fell back out of bounds with Hood and Rosegreen, 3 wideouts. Auburn in a 4-man line. The backers up a little close. Musa in motion to the right. David Green takes it. He's going to run. He got close to the goal line, then fumbled after the play, and there's a pileup. They're saying touchdown down in the end zone. He hit the goal line. Everybody hit him, and then there's a pileup 3-4 yards ahead of him in the end zone. They're still digging it off.
One of our big linemen fell on it.
Stinchcomb,
yeah.
Stinchcomb got it. Stinchcomb came up with a football. About 6 feet in front of Green and a little to his right.
Whatever it takes.
After a few scores in the third quarter, both teams would engage in a defensive field position battle that burned nearly 15 minutes off the clock.
And the Tigers are going to have to kick this thing out of here. Got a long, low spiral. What power. But it angled off and went out right around the 20. We're in a shotgun this time. And we're going to try to give it to Musa. And they hit him behind the line. On this possession, we've started to go backwards. Our own 21. First play, fourth quarter. We bring one of the coverage ends in to help blocking. Snap. And the kick. He got a good long spiral. And it hits on the 30. Out of bounds on the 33. Stand-up shotgun, Jason Campbell retreating to pass. A man after him, missed him. Another man chases him. He passes incomplete over the bench. Got a good snap, and the kick is a low kick. Watch it. It bounces, kicks off to the left, coming across our 30, going to go out of bounds on the 25.
Oh, just got to keep fighting, struggling, making first downs.
We're in a power eye. We got 3 fullbacks who go to Musa. Musa hurdled, he didn't get it. Musa jumped at left guard or left tackle. Had 2 fullbacks in front of him, had one in motion. Musa jumped a little bit between left guard and left tackle and got a yard when we needed 2. Good hold, and the kick is good. Kilgo really got his foot into it, and Hood backs up. It hits on the 9 and bounces and rolls into the end zone. Back, we're in a 5 because Boss Bailey's up in the corner. Campbell takes it and retreats. Campbell fires, and we knock it out of him as we're tackling him on the 40. Bruce Thornton hit Marcel Willis, who was catching about a 10-yarder right on his chest, and Thornton hit him and knocked it out. And Auburn will have to kick it back. And the kick, a knuckleball off the left side of his foot and out of bounds. He got off a bad punt. Set up. David Green going to take it and look and throw it right down the middle. And Michael Johnson reached, fumbled after he hit the ground, but the officials said, oh, no, they say it's not a dead ball. Auburn has recovered. Fourth quarter. No backs, 5 wideouts. He dumps it over the line of the big tight end, and we hit him right there on the 46. We have loaded the line up a little bit. He gets off a low kick, hits on the 27. Sean Jones caught it on a bounce, got up over the 35, the 40, got to the 45, and they took him out around the 49. Slot out left. Shotgun, Green standing. Looks, and they bat another pass. It's up in the air, and they intercept it. We tackle him immediately down to the 31. Robinson intercepted a ball that was deflected high in the air. And our offense is just ground down and stopped here. He's in a shotgun. He takes it. He fakes and keeps. And we got him and sacked him. Back on the 29. Somebody from behind. Pollock, I believe, again. Pollock got him from behind. 3:57 and the clock running, and Auburn again will kick that ball back to us, and we still have no offense.
All right, offense got another chance, and sack number 12 of the year for David Pollock.
Duval will punt with Sean Jones back. Got a kick angling left. Sean Jones caught it on his 34.5. He's coming this way. Got one block. Needs another. Got one. 50, 45, 43. Here we are again in excellent field position. 35-yard punt. Sean Jones comes back for 17. Here we are again.
Trailing by 4 points with just over 3 minutes left in the game, Georgia had to make this drive count.
We got an eye. We got 2 wideouts. David Green coming back to pass. Fires off his hands, and Auburn dropped it. Off Michael Johnson's hands. He leaped at 25, open, put both hands on it, and dropped the ball. We go into a shotgun. David Green retreats and is going to throw, and threw it too high over an open receiver down on their 17 over on the far side of the field. Well, it'll be 4th down now. We got about 8.5 to go for a first down. We just missed a big fat first down around their 15. But here's 4th down. Still 4 points. Snap to Green. They blitz him. He throws his pass to Michael Johnson, who's trapped behind the line. He can't run. They swarm him on the 30, and we have no gain. We've had our chances. You can't say we have. Boy, we have. 21-17. We were totally out of the game in the first half.
This seemed to be the dagger. Auburn only needed a first down or two to run out the clock, but the Georgia defense would stand tall, giving their struggling offense one last chance to go and win it.
On 34, we're in a 5-man line. Campbell underneath, Campbell retreating to pass, looking, a man's coming on him, and another, and we hit him on the 37. 4th down, about 2.5. And Duvall is going to punt, and they got a low ball. It hits and bounces from the 38. Sean Jones needs a block. He's up to the 30, to the 35. Try to pull his leg, and they knock him down to the 41. Still 4 points. Snap to David Green. Fires, caught, and we step out of bounds. David Green in a shotgun. Musa Smith standing next to him. Auburn's brought 5 men up on the line. Snap. Green looking. There goes that long bomb. We're trying to throw, and it is complete, and they roll him out of bounds down around the 18 or 19-yard line. Fred Gibson turned around and faced him and caught him, and the defender rolled him out. Gibson staggered backwards 2 or 3 yards after catching it. Now what are you going to do? 1:46.
Well, now you can run the ball a little bit, chew some clock, give it to Musa up the middle.
We are on their 14, and we haven't had enough offense to score. We are on their 14 with 1:46. We're in an I with 2 wideouts. They are not really wide. And David Green fakes and looks, and he throws a fade pattern way wild and out of bounds. This place is making a lot of noise. Musa goes in motion out to the right, which stacks up that one side. Green takes a snap and dumps it over the line. They bat the ball down on the line. 2 went out now, real wide right and 1 left. The guy on the left is Gibson. We're on the 19. It's 3rd down. And he's looking, and he's going down in the corner, and it got tipped. I believe somebody broke.
It had all come down to this. 4th and 15. Georgia needed a miracle here.
3 wideouts. Man, we've had some shots, haven't we? Snap David Green. There he goes in the corner again, and we jump up. Touchdown! Oh, God, a touchdown in the corner. With 85 seconds, somebody went up high. Was it Watson or Gibson? Michael Johnson up high. We're trying to put 21 with 85 seconds. He turned around and jumped. David Green had a couple times missed some opportunities like that. He caught it up high under his neck and had a foot in and knew it, and then got knocked out. Billy Bennett just put the extra point up there good. It's 24-21. David Green just threw it in the corner, and Michael Johnson, who he's used a lot in this 4th quarter, got racked up in the air but hung on and had his foot down in there. We scored.
I told you we were going to score.
Sure you did.
Somehow, some way, Michael Johnson had come down with the ball and scored the game-winning touchdown to send Georgia to the SEC championship game.
I think we saved our whatchamacallit by some grace of some whatever.
This catch capped a career-defining night for Johnson, as he finished with 13 catches for 141 yards and a touchdown.
Great ball, I agree. Great protection by the line. I give all glory to God.
Let's look at the aftermath of this game. Florida would beat South Carolina later that same day, meaning they would have been division champions if it weren't for Johnson's heroics. Auburn would go on to beat Alabama the following week, but wins by LSU and Arkansas the same day would knock Auburn out of title contention. This meant that the winner of the Week 14 matchup between Arkansas and LSU would win the division and play Georgia in the SEC championship. LSU was in control for most of the game, but Arkansas would rally late to make it a one-score game and get the ball back. However, they seemed to be dead in the water as they faced the Herculean task of driving 81 yards in 30 seconds with no timeouts against a Nick Saban defense. Incredibly, Arkansas did just that, with 2 big pass plays to score the game-winning touchdown in dramatic fashion. This game would come to be known as the Miracle in Markham, and it sent Arkansas to the SEC championship game against Georgia. There wouldn't be any miracles for the Razorbacks in Atlanta, however, as the Dogs stomped them 30-3 to take home their first SEC title in 20 years. It's truly incredible to think that if Johnson doesn't come down with this ball, Florida and Auburn would have been the ones facing off in the SEC championship, and LSU and Arkansas's end-of-season matchup would have been for nothing but pride. Fortunately for the Auburn faithful, they wouldn't have to wait too much longer to see their Tigers hoist the SEC trophy, as they would do so just 2 years later in 2004. That's all I've got for you today. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like, and if you want to see more stories like this in the future, hit that subscribe button down below.